Assalamualaikum, my name is Shafika and me and my friends will present about the product life cycles of our product which is toaster. For the introduction, the toaster is a small home appliance that will help the user to toasting the breads into the broth. Next, for the life cycles, analysis is a one technique that will evaluate the environmental effects of the product. For the aims of the project is to understanding of the design for environmental principle, which is DFE. Then for the objective is to analyze a life cycles of the products and consider all the products' environmental impact. Next, for the scope, the methodology of collecting relevant data related to our product toaster that can implemented into the product life cycles of the DFE principle. Next, for the introduction, for the literature review, as you can see here, is a product life cycle that helps the company to manage their product from the raw material to the end of the use. Also, the life cycles is a good technique that will know the environmental effects of the product and the use of the products. As we can see here, the toaster was operated by converted the electrical energy source to the heat, as the word first says. It also estimates that the environmental impacts can be quite harmful to the human, as it produces toxic and particles into the air once they are turned on. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Shafika. My name is Mohammad Naim and I will talk about toaster life cycle. There are 8 major materials components that can be stayed out from the toaster, which are polypropylene, plastic, aluminum, stainless steel, nichrome, mica, silicon and copper. Firstly, steel and stainless steel material are used in making some component parts like toaster loader top, base plate, toaster wall, radiation shield and screw. The raw material of iron was extracted from ores or recycled product before melting in the furnace. After that, the melt iron is shaped into steel sheet form. The sheet later will be manufactured into the toaster component parts. The waste and rejected part will undergo the metal production again. After the end of the use stage, the material can be recycled into new product. Next, plastic and polypropylene material are used in the toaster component parts like casing, crown tray handle, toaster base regular knob, press handle and castle button. At the beginning of life cycle, the oil is extracted and then will undergo the distillation process and later become bead form. Then the bead will be injected more into the component parts. After the use stage, the product can be recycled and become new plastic product. The other material used is nichrome, aluminum and copper. The product are chrome tray, heating coil, brake holder support wire and circuit board. The life cycle process for this material is almost the same. From the mining ores, the material will be made into pre-used metal. Then the material will be alloyed to increase their properties for specific condition of the component. The waste and rejected part will undergo metal production again. After the end of the use stage, both material can be recycled into other products. Lastly, the life cycle of mica and silicon begin with extraction from earth. Then the separation method is used to get the pure material. After that, the pure material will be processed into specific parts. Both of these material can be recycled. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Zarif Hilmi bin Muhammad Zainuddin and I will continue the presentation about the Eco Design Web. Basically, Eco Design Web is using a lead wheel that allows us to see through the potential for environmental improvement. In Eco Design Web, the templates that we use has included with 8 strategies to be overview, which is new way of doing it, material selection, materials usage, distribution, product use, optimal life, and the end of life. To complete the eco-design web, we plot the scale of the color based on the color red, which determine very bad, to green, which determine very good, based on every part of the product that has been chosen. So the results of the eco-design web is in qualitative data because we cannot really determine the actual environmental impact of the product in the future. From this, we can recognize the good and bad of the product. So we can only determine the sustainability criteria of the product.
Assalamualaikum. Hi, I'm Muhammad Zainal Ali. So for my part is eco indicator activity. For this slide, I will show about the process tree. The process tree is a process that show the material usage for the final product and the manufacturing process for each material. Then the shows the flows to the assembly and it will be packaged. Then after the packaging process, it will transport and to be used to the widely usage. After the usage process, the process tree will show the disposal of the product at its end of life cycle. Next is eco indicator before the redesign. This eco indicator consists of 3 steps, that is production, use and disposal. For the production, it listed the material for each for the product, then the manufacturing processes uses. For the production phase, the subtotal is 231.117. Next is the use. The use consists of the transportation and the consumption during the usage of the product. For the consumption, for the usage process, the subtotal is 14,458.67. Lastly, the disposal phase. The disposal phase is consists of the material that will be disposed to the landfill. The subtotal for the disposal is 1.742. So overall, the total for the whole phase is 14,691.53. That's all.
Assalamualaikum. I'm Muhammad Dinuzar bin Zainuddin. For the discussion part, in order to achieve the sustainable development concept for the toaster product, there are some improvement and change that need to be made based on the result of the analysis. Some of the toaster parts have to be changed in terms of material selections by changing the material to be more eco-friendly material. For the casing part, the use of polypropylene as the major material is not really sustainable. The polypropylene is relatively hostile to the environment due to the difficulties in producing it, and the oxidation happens may result in cracks and crazing for the product. The improvement is by using the PVC high impact, as it is non-toxic and safe material to be used. Using this PVC as the primary material is seen as more sustained because it has good mechanical strength, toughness, more durable, and it meets all international standards for safety and health for both products. For the other improvements in the crumb tray handle part, the use of plastic ABS is replaced using the PVC high impact. Essentially, the usage of plastic in product manufacturing is extremely harmful to the environment. Most plastics are non-biodegradable, and once landfilled, they might take a long time to decompose. The change to use the PVC as the component material has brings many sustainable changes that can be seen in the eco-web after it has been redesigned. The amount of eco points calculated in the production phase decreased after the redesign. This is due to the substitution of materials from non-environmentally friendly ABS plastics and polypropylene to the PVC high impact, which resulted in lower eco-indicator ratings. The disposal phase eco points also decreased after the disposal activity such as landfills is changed to the recycling method. This decreased total value implies that the redesign approach was extremely efficient in increasing the product's usable life from the sustainable material. In conclusions, the world are seeking for the environmental friendly products, industrial methods and technology. This will help them lessen the environmental effects. The various integration of design approach can be used, such as design for manufacturing and assembly, failure mode and effect analysis, and quality function deployment. This will avoid any losses at the end or any manufacturing stages, especially for the end users.